everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a good day. It's always a good day, but today is a really exciting day because I am celebrating hitting 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I feel like there's a lot of love and it's just a lot of support and celebration and just good book recommendations, fun vlogs, and just fun times, and I'm just so proud and so happy. But truly, I want to thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. It literally is a dream. I started my YouTube channel October 2022. Feels surreal that there are now 10,000 of you who are subscribed. Like, thank you so much. My life has changed and because of YouTube and because of you guys, and for that I am so grateful. We have Happy. Also, when I did my 1K celebration video, I also had this in the background, which doesn't really make sense anymore, and it's just like dinosaurs. I'm really digging this background. I kind of wish we started like this, so like the intro was just happy 1 year or happy 10K. I decided to play into the number 10. I picked out 10 books that are 6 stars to me. Like, they're above and beyond 5. They're perfect. I love them. I wanted to do a fun top 10 favorite books of all time recommendation video. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. First book I would recommend, I am going to be honest, I forgot about this book, and so you're like, if you forgot about it, clearly it's not top of mind and you don't love it as much. But now that I'm reminded of it, I'm spiraling and I'm obsessed again. This is called Book Lovers, and you might know this little author named Emily Henry. She's super small. She's a local author. I literally see her at the library every other day. But I do have this biggest soft spot for Book Lovers, and I read this when it first came out in 2022, and I went to Tennessee on a class trip in college, and I was reading this, and one of my professors slash mentor advisor, and he's like old. He's actually retired, and he's just joining us on this class trip for funsies. Like, he is just so involved in this program that I was in. It was like a club slash a class, it's hard to explain, that he just joined us, and he goes, "What are you reading?" And I like didn't know what to say. I was like, "Oh, Book Lovers," because like this was in the era where like romance books wasn't as like widely popular. Like, it was growing on Book Talk, but it wasn't like, people said it differently, you know? You just have to be there. The vibes were different. And he goes, "Never heard of it." I was like, "It just came out. Like, I don't know. I just picked it up. It's whatever." Literally had it on pre-order. Anyways, I don't think I said a single thing about this book. This is about book lovers. It's Nora, Stefan, and Charlie, and they are genuinely my favorite people ever. If Sweet Nothing by Taylor Swift was a song, it would be in here. And to you, I can admit that I'm just too soft for all of it. Nora, thank you. New York City type of girl, but she really deep down is so soft and so gentle and just so kind and patient, and I love her for it. Love Book Lovers. That was a good one to kick off with. Now we have a young adult romance. This is Check and Mate. The female main character is 18 and the male main character is 20. Love this book so much. I've read a ton of Ali Hazelwood books, and this is forever like my favorite book from her. It's her first young adult book, but it's just so freaking good. It's so fluffy, sweet, and when you read it, you just want to kick your feet and giggle. Like, that's all you really need to know. It's a good time, it's a fun time, and it's romantic. It's about chess. It's about Mallory, who used to be a very talented chess player. She quits, but now she's getting back into it because she really needs this money for certain things going on in her life. Nolan, who is currently the best chess player in the world, and he's just like bored because he's like, there's no competition, there's no more challenge for me. I beat all of these people. I'm not being challenged and I'm bored. Until he meets her because she's getting back into it. He's like, who the hell is this girl? I don't know her, but I'm gonna beat her. And then turns out she beats him, and he's like intrigued. He's like, someone's on my level. So good. Then we have You Deserve Each Other. This is like a very low, even if not no spice romance. It's more just like romantic comedy, heavy emphasis on comedy because it's freaking hilarious. Like, I actually laughed out loud, and I feel like for a book, I usually am just like, oh, that's so funny. But like, no, I'm actually laughing because they feel so real to me. This is about Naomi and Nicholas. They had a really cute romantic love story. They got engaged. Now everything is perfect until it isn't, and now they want to call off the engagement. But the thing is, there's a lot of money invested in this wedding, especially from like his family, like his mom. She's investing a lot and blah blah blah. If they called off this wedding, it's going to be quote unquote a waste of money. Like, they're throwing it down the drain basically, and so they don't want to pay for that. And basically they are doing this like prank wars, going back and forth of like, how much can I get you to hate me so that you call off the wedding so that the fees are on you. Naomi's like internal monologue is just so freaking good, and just watching them like fall back in love with each other is so romantic, and I love it so much. This one is such a good one. If you just want something lighthearted, fun, funny, like no spice, really diving into the romance and watching people fall back into love. If you guys have watched some of my most like recent videos, I talk about it all the freaking time because I read it this year and I was obsessed, and so now I can't stop talking about it, and I'm currently reading the second book and I just love everything about it. It is a dark romance, so it's intense. Check your trigger warnings. It has spice, it has other gruesome things, and it might not be your vibe, but it was mine apparently. This is the first year I'm reading dark romance, or I'm like getting into it, and this is a dark rom-com. Actually obsessed. And I totally recommend this on audiobook. The audiobook is incredible. Just elevates the reading experience. I think the narrators were amazing picks of narrators, but they also do an amazing job of bringing the story to life. So I highly recommend. But this is about Allie, a trauma ER nurse, and then Josh, a like computer cyber hacker that works, I think he works freelance, but he gets hired by kind of morally gray like background, I don't like, not huge like corporate companies, but he does like all this research and he hacks things, he hides things from the internet. He's also a TikToker who does thirst traps with a mask. So duality of men. Basically Allie like hooked up once with Josh's roommate Tyler, and so that's how he knows her, but she never really thought about him. And then one day she's scrolling on TikTok, she falls into this lore of like mass thirst trap, and she's obsessed, and she finds him, but she doesn't know it's him, and she's just like obsessed with this account which is ran by him, and she comments and he basically starts stalking her and they fall in love. So it's kind of dark, but it's good. Moving on, we have Icebreaker. I wish I could read this book for the very first time. I got it right when it came out. This is the independent, like before it was picked up by a publisher. It's that matte feeling, no logos, pink spine, and it's the best thing in the whole freaking world. And I love Icebreaker so much. This is a college sports romance. It's about Anastasia and Nate, the captain of the hockey team, and Anastasia, who is a competitive figure skater. Basically, the college campus has 2 ice rinks, but one of them is now destroyed, so both sports team has to share one rink, and of course there's some clashing. They fall quickly, and I'm just so obsessed with him, and Nate is such a golden retriever boyfriend and I love him. If you read this, just know that like dream man, ideal man. Next up, we have First Time Caller by BK Borison. I surprisingly love this book because I read it on a whim. I listened to the audiobook. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but the moment I started listening to it, I was hooked on right away, and I just finished it through in like a week or something. I can't remember, but I finished it really fast, and I'm a slow reader, and I just love it so freaking much. And I think the audiobook is amazing because this is about a radio show, like a romance radio show, and so before every chapter there's a snippet of like the current talk that's happening on the radio show. So it's them talking back and forth, and then it goes into like the narrator of the chapter. It's just so freaking good. It's perfect for like the hopeless romantic. This is about Aiden and Lucy. Lucy is a single mother. She got pregnant super young. She, I believe, was a teenager when she got pregnant. Aiden is a romance radio show host. The show is kind of going nowhere, and he's not really finding a lot of spark and interest in it. And one day we get a call from a little girl who happens to be Lucy's daughter, and was like, my mom hasn't dated in so long and she needs to go on a date and she needs to find love, blah blah blah. And he's like, you're a kid, like what is going on? And so from there, Lucy talks on the phone like, get off, like why are you talking to my daughter, you freak? That segment goes viral, and everyone was like, who is Lucy? Like, we need to find Lucy a date. And so she ends up joining the show, and every single episode or like talk of the it's not a podcast, it's a radio show. Him trying to find her a date and accepting callers, like wanting to be her boyfriend and all that stuff. And they spend so much time together that maybe her love isn't sitting too far away from her. He is just so protective and so like, I don't know how to explain it. Next up, we have Twisted Hate. I recently like reread the last maybe 60 pages of this book because it is genuinely one of my favorites ever. Like, I love Twisted Hate. I was in college when I read this book, but I remember skipping class because I was so into it. Like, I skipped class to read this book. But also, we were in an era of like online classes. This was like when COVID first kicked off, and no one was really understanding what is happening. No one really knows what's going on. And so I skipped class and I read this book, and I don't regret it because this book changed my life. Josh, the Man That You Are. I love this book so much. It is in a Twisted series universe, so it's called Twisted Hate, but there's also 3 other books in the series, but it's about a friend group, a group of girls, Ava, Bridget, Jules, and Stella. And this book is about Jules, who is Ava's best friend. They're all best friends, but Ava and Jules kind of have like a deeper connection because they've known each other the longest. Josh, who's a male main character in this book, is Ava's older brother. Then we have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This book is so incredible. It is on like the more emotional side. I'm trying to think of like all the books here. I think there is an emotional aspect in every single book, but this one genuinely pulls on your heartstrings. Like, it is so freaking good and so sad and so real and so vulnerable. But also, like, when I think about this plot, I'm like, that is so freaking creative. Justin and Emma, and Justin puts out a Reddit post and he's like, every time I date a girl and we break up, she ends up finding the love of her life. Like, it happens like 10 times. Like, we break up and then the next thing you know, she's married, she's engaged, she's in love with her soulmate, and it's because of like, I was like the last one. And Emma's like, that's so funny. Literally same thing happens to me. And so they connect over it. They start talking back and forth and they're texting, and she goes, or I don't know who broached up the idea, but it's like, okay, what if we date each other and when we break up, we'll find the love of our lives, because this curse is currently attached to both of us. And so he was down, and so they set up the summer plan where they go on dates every weekend. They're very intentional about what's happening, like really making sure this is a real relationship. They plan on breaking up at the end of the summer, moving on with their lives. The trauma that their family has given them and how that has changed who they are, how they go about life, and especially Justin, like, he now has custody of like 3 younger siblings, and it's all new to him, and he's super stressed and he's like on the go all the time. It's just the way they like learn about each other and are so vulnerable with each other that I am obsessed with this book. Next up, we have Butcher and Blackbird. This was also a book I read this year that I am so obsessed with. It is a dark romance and it's really, really, really fun. But this is a friends to lover. It is about 2 serial killers who kill other serial killers, who kill bad people. It's Sloane and Rowan, and basically they come up with this game that every single year some third-party person picks a serial killer, picks a person for them to kill. The game starts and they have to find whoever kills this person first wins, and it's best 3 out of 5. And it's just so freaking cute. I feel like I'm not explaining it with the right excitement, but trust me, it is so good. The emotions in this, the yearning while they're like, because this game happens once a year, and like in between they go back to their home states, they have their own lives, and the yearning that happens in between when they're this like long distance and they're barely texting and they have their own individual activities. It's just so good. Like, ugh. Lastly, we have genuinely one of like the first books I read when I was a sophomore, or I was a senior in high school. One of my favorites of all time. Every time someone asks, I say this is my favorite author, but it is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang, who is a Vietnamese author, and there are Vietnamese characters in this book. And I just freaking love this book so, so much. I love the representation. I love the way Helen Huang just goes with so much empathy, and her writing is just so thoughtful, but it's so like charming and witty, and it just reads so well. Like, I love the pacing in this, and I love the romance, and I love the spice. Like, it's just so freaking good. This is about Stella, who works in math and numbers, and she's just a big data gal. She is kind of feeling a bit of pressure from her parents to like find someone to marry and like settle down. And so she thinks something's wrong with her, and so she hires Michael, who is an escort, to help her how to be like a better lover, a better dater. And he goes along with it. And of course, this is such an like intimate process that they are finding themselves falling for each other. I think they take care of each other so well. They pay attention to each other, and it's just so romantic. Those are the 10 books that are currently 6 stars in my life right now. Like, if you ask me what are my favorite books, I would recommend these. And hopefully there's a little bit of something for you. If you like young adult, if you like dark rom-coms, if you like sports romance, if you like clean romance, I hope you found something in this bunch. But let me know if you read all 10 books. Like, put a finger down challenge, take a shot challenge. If you read all 10 books, then we must be besties, because we clearly have the same taste. Well, if you read all 10 books and enjoyed them, then we clearly have the same taste. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching, and thank you so, so, so much for 10,000 subscribers. It genuinely feels unreal. and I am so grateful for your support, for you watching my videos, and just for the community you have helped me build on YouTube, and I am so appreciative. I wouldn't be here doing YouTube if it wasn't for your support since the very beginning. So thank you so much, and I am so excited to continue making more videos like I always do. So I'll see you in the next one, and I love you guys, and thank you so much for everything. But bye!